In the headlines, collation of election results commences nationwide. Voting continues in some polling units in Abuja where violence marred the elections. Fire outbreak consumes goods worth millions of naira in Maiduguri market inferno. Away from Nigeria, Turkey launches probe into 612 people after quakes. Hello and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I am Ayuba Ilya. Here's the news in details. Now the details. The Independent National Electoral Commission collation officer for the presidential election for Ekiti State, Professor Akeem Lasisi, has announced the final results for the election for the 16 local government areas of the state. Professor Lasisi is the Vice Chancellor, Federal University of Health Sciences, Ila Oragum, Osun State. The results from the 16 local government areas were presented by the local government collation officers for the different councils. According to Lasisi, the APC scored a total of 201,494 votes across the state to defeat other candidates. He disclosed that the People's Democratic Party scored 89,554 votes, while Labour Party had 11,397 votes, and the New Nigerian People's Party got 264 votes in the state. Now, preparations are underway to start collation of results from Gombe North Senatorial District and Gombe Kwame Funakaye Federal Constituency at the Central Nursery and Primary School Malam Sidi Kwame local government area of the state. Now, Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail, who is standing by as the collation center in Malam Sidi, brings us up to speed on the development.
This is Central Nursery and Primary School Malam Sidi, and it is under Kwame local government area of Gombe State. It is also the collation center for the Gombe North Senatorial District, and electoral officials are standby here, and they have been receiving results from other local governments, which comprises Gombe, Kwame, Funakaye, Nafada, and Duku.
At the moment, we have concluded entering the results for Senate, Presidential, and Reps for Kwame local government, and we're expecting other results from the other 4 local governments for the senatorial. And at the moment, Duku, Funakaye, and Nafada are almost through, and they'll be here any moment.
As it stands now, there is also a result for the House of Representatives, which will also be declared here by the INEC officials. It comprises of Gombe, Kwame, Funakaye constituency, and it will be announced here. Stay tuned as we keep you updated on Trust TV.
Stakeholders in Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections in Katsina State have assured that they will accept the outcome of the poll in good faith. Party agents, election observers, and civil society groups who made the commitment prior to the commencement of collation believed that the exercise was free, fair, and credible and should be accepted by all. Now, Abdullahi Yamadi, who is currently at the State INEC Collation Center in Katsina, has the report.
Arrangements already in top gear to commence the collation as at the time of compiling this report. INEC officials were seen making last-minute preparations at the center amid tight security.
As we can see, we are now getting prepared, hopefully prepared, for a commencement of collation exercise of the presidential elections that was conducted yesterday. Yesterday we were unable to start doing it because most of the local governments cannot produce the final results of the collation from the respective local governments. So it has to be postponed to this time by today.
Similarly, election observers under the auspices of Yaga Africa who monitored the election are confident that the people's votes will count when results are finally announced.
We thank God, so far so good. As you can see, some local governments have started arriving. Result for some local governments have started arriving. We are waiting for, the officials to sit down so that we can start receiving these election results and the compilation of what has been presented.
So we are expecting to see the result from across the 34 LGS of Katsina State, and we are here we were at the polling units to make sure the people's vote were counted, and we are here to see the collation of the result of the votes casted yesterday.
In the same vein, agents of some political parties who participated in the just concluded elections were optimistic of the result and expressed readiness to accept the outcome in good faith.
We are sure we, APC, whatever the outcome of the election, we are sure it will be accepted because we knew the election was pretty fair and credible.
It was a clear indication that the INEC can conduct election in so many ways that were introduced by new technological innovations. And the election is free, fair, and the atmosphere is conducive, and the people are highly oriented on the election, and the election was successful.
Many political watchers said last Saturday's elections in the country is a step towards strengthening Nigeria's vibrant democracy, considered largest in Africa. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has declared election for Kaba Bunu Jumu Federal Constituency inconclusive. The returning officer, Dr. Adams Baba, made the declaration at the collation centers in Kaba, Kogi on Sunday. Baba said that the declaration was due to the difference between the margin of winner and voided results in two polling units. He said that the difference of the results between winner and Salman Idris of the African Democratic Congress and the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Kolawole Matthew, was less than the number of registered voters in the cancelled polling units. According to him, the ADC candidate polled 13,867, while the APC polled 13,605, leaving just 262 votes difference, whereas the number of PVC collected in the cancelled polling units of Iya in Otu Ward, Kaba Bunu local government area is 485. Member representing Ekiti, Isi, Irepodu, and Okero Federal Constituency, Tunji Olawi, has been declared winner of the Saturday election. Olawi is re-elected on APC platform. Now, INEC returning officer Nuruddin Bello declared Olawi as winner at the collation center in Omwaran on Sunday. Announcing the official results, Bello said that out of the 59,075 accredited voters, APC polled a total of 22,140. Now, while the PDP polled 19,092, while the Social Democratic Party polled 933. Residents of Lube polling unit 009 in the FCT have demanded that they be allowed to exercise their civic responsibility of voting candidates of their choice in the presidential and National Assembly elections. Voting at the polling unit was halted on Saturday when a corps member was allegedly caught printing on the ballot papers before voting commenced. Angered by the development, voters were said to have attacked the corps member, a situation that caused chaos in the polling before security agents intervened. Noel Samson visited the polling unit and brings us up to speed.
This is polling unit 009 at Lugbe Primary School in the FCT. There are over 8,000 eligible voters who said they have been unable to vote since Saturday.
A lot of people were here yesterday, people with their babies, elderly, youths, people of all walks of life. They were here yesterday and they delayed us. Even the police agents, security agents, they were all here. So what happens is that when we want when they accredit, they will not give you ballot paper to vote. Not knowing that a copper whom they have colluded with, we are inside printing.
So today, that happened that we did not use our rights yesterday. So today, they tell us to come back, that it will start by 8. Here now is almost getting to 12. Nobody has come.
Yesterday, we couldn't allow to vote here. Reason because the INEC people came. The first thing is that they came late. They came around 11 o'clock. They brought wrong materials to this 009 units.
Meanwhile, voters at polling unit 014, also in Lugbe, complained of late arrival of electoral materials and result sheets, saying they had to sleep at the polling units with the electoral officers.
By the grace of God, we stopped voting by 11:15 p.m. yesterday night. That was when voting stopped. Then we were waiting for the result sheet to come. Eventually, we discovered that the result sheet didn't come from INEC there, who's supposed to give them the result sheet. But this lady did not give them the result sheet, and she dribbled them, that's the ad hoc staff, that they should come to the polling unit, that she was coming with the result sheet. Eventually, from that 12 p.m. yesterday till this morning, we kept calling her. She either will tell her that she has sent somebody to bring it, or she will not pick the call.
Let them come here. They know this place. They were the one that created this unit. They know everything about Lugbe. Lugbe is not a hidden place. Do you understand? Lugbe is not a hidden place. Mr. Biggs is a popular place in Lugbe Federal Housing. So why are they hiding? What are they hiding from? What are they dodging? Do you understand me? Now, at the end of the whole thing, till now, tension is very high. People are not happy. Everything is not going down well. Today now, we are waiting. Do you know that till now, this is the moment the lady is just arriving? Since yesterday, look at people crying. A lot of husbands, wives, children, everybody. You understand?
They are calling on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to do the needful to enable them vote. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Electorates in Bauchi State on Saturday came out in mass for the presidential and National Assembly elections. In several polling units visited within Bauchi local government area, voters were seen queuing to vote despite issues of malfunction with the bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS. Adamu Imam reports.
At Saadu Zungur polling units in the state capital, voters patiently waited for officials as voting proper did not commence as scheduled by INEC due to delay in the distribution of sensitive materials at the collection centers. Shortly after voting, some voters are hopeful that things will change for the better with the new government.
The process, as you can see, the place is very peaceful. Everything is going as expected without any problem. So far, we have not encountered any issues from the INEC officials, including the securities here. They are very friendly and any problem.
Most of the people, I think it's not very bad. Only in some little occasions I saw somebody who spent about 5 minutes, but mine was about a minute and it was not good. So I think it was a very nice arrangement.
On the flip side, some did not vote at the Bauchi Club polling units because of BVAS malfunction, which was later restored. While at the Bakariduku Center, voting was delayed as a result of a rowdy election materials distribution exercise that was allegedly caused by change of INEC ad hoc staff for some polling units.
We come to collect our material for the INEC. So when we come, the INEC, the name that INEC placed on the ground or in PDF is not the name that you used to call people to collect the. It's been like they are replacing the name with their own candidate. It's not the really candidate that INEC give them. So that's why the things is getting chaos here. There's no any peace of mind there. So now we are trying to get our justice here. That's where we are here.
The problem we get is from the POs, the assistant presiding officers. They are the one that used to give us, but unfortunately, because of the large number of the people that stay in this surrounding or in the collection center, it is just now we just collect it.
The presidential and National Assembly elections in Bauchi State were largely conducted in a peaceful atmosphere, while the resident electoral commissioner alongside security agents went round to observe the conduct in some polling units. Adami Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
The presidential elections in Maiduguri experienced peaceful voting but recorded low turnout, with voting starting late at most polling units. Bitrus Kuruti, who captured the exercise, reports that citizens are hopeful that the new government will address the security challenges that have bedeviled the state over the years. The report.
The streets of Maiduguri had no vehicular movement within and around the metropolis. Despite that, some streets it's business as usual, with people roaming and few at the polling units for the elections. Most polling units across the metropolis commenced 9:15 in the morning, with very few residents already casted their votes after being accredited. But at the APC vice presidential candidate polling unit in Shetima Kukawa ward, INEC officials were yet to arrive until hours later. At 11:42 a.m., he casted his ballot.
The candidate that will emerge as the president of our federation. I fervently believe that person will be We hope and pray that God will grant him the wisdom and the generosity of Take it down. The higher pedestal. This is our wish. This is our prayers.
Meanwhile, proper voting in most visited polling units started past 11 and others by 1 p.m. of Saturday noon. Some voters complained of the beavers and the long hours of wait to exercise their franchise.
When we were here in the morning, we were told that the beavers was not functioning, so they had to take it to INEC before bringing it back. So now we are waiting for them to accredit us before we vote.
Very peaceful, and then no any harassment, nothing. I have voted who I wanted to vote freely without any problem.
As of the time of filing this report, voting was still ongoing in Maiduguri, and it's expected that voting will end officially by 5 p.m. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at how persons with disability fared during the elections. Details of this and more after the break. Welcome back from that break. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Let's take a look at some of the major stories again. Collation of election results commences nationwide. Voting continues in some polling units in Abuja, where violence marred the elections. Now, Maiduguri's Monday market was on Sunday morning razed by fire. Thousands of shops and stores, including a bank, were affected by the early morning inferno, which began at about 2:40 a.m. The market has been under flames for several hours as men of the fire service struggle to contain it. The cause of the fire, which has not recorded any human casualty, remains unknown.
It has happened before, but it's not up to this extent. It's not up to this extent. I have been here for 31 good years, so I have never seen it in this way.
All my goods have been burned to ashes. I sell jeans, jerseys, packing shirts, and lots more. I'm appealing to the government to please come to our help, because the fire incident on Monday Market have made all shop owners helplessly helpless.
Because of the fire is unknown at the moment. We arrived since after 3 in the morning, 3 a.m. After 3 a.m. in the morning, our men arrived, both the men of Federal Fire Service, State Fire Service, and University Fire Service, and including the Military Fire Service, all arrived since after 3. Yeah, so far we are able to cut off the spread of the fire. The market is separated into different segments, so we're able to cut it off to contain the fire in a specific location so that it won't escalate to other units.
Persons with disabilities in some states have expressed dissatisfaction with some of the challenges they faced while trying to cast their vote. They made their feeling known shortly after casting their vote. Here's the report.
In Jos, the Plateau state capital, visually impaired persons after casting their ballots said they are not happy with the process despite having the opportunity to vote. The blind persons who were elated to be part of the election say they were not happy that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) did not provide braille ballot which would have guided them on which party and the candidate to vote for.
I'm not satisfied because I feel from the bottom of my heart, the person who guided me, he will not vote my choice. It's his choice, but if it is the Braille guide, I will choose my vote. I will choose my opinion.
That is the person you prefer.
Yeah,
okay.
To choose to become a president.
In Kaduna State, the PWDs expressed worry over the difficulties they encounter while casting their votes, as no provision was made to ease their difficulties as earlier promised by INEC.
We have a many number in this now you see so many what arrive. He is dead and the billing at the Kirifle. We have about 100 people in number. Most of our people election is this but many years we come at the election, but no one of this part can be to us or meet us or run at the security I need to for us.
Over in Maiduguri, IDP camps voting recorded poor participation at the El Miskin camp. Some displaced persons in the camp said they were unaware that the elections were ongoing, while others said they had no PVCs. However, a few of them who had cast their ballots want the new government to intervene in the Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorism war in the northeast to enable them return to their communities.
I don't have PVC. They didn't give us, like me and these 2 other women didn't know today is election. We only hope the government have compassion on us and give us food. I lost my PVC, and if I go there, they won't allow me to vote. It's only my wife that has it, and she has gone to vote. We want the government to bring peace to our communities.
Across the states, they are hopeful that all needed logistics that will make voting easier for them in subsequent polls will be provided.
Investigations have been launched against more than 600 people over the building that collapsed in Turkey's catastrophic earthquakes earlier this month. The country's Justice Minister, Bekir Bozdağ, said on Saturday that 184 of the 612 suspects had been jailed pending trial. Those in custody included construction contractors and building owners or managers, he said in televised comments from a coordination center in southeast Turkey. The aftermath of the 7.8 and 7.6 magnitude earthquakes on February 6, which led to more than 44,000 deaths in southern Turkey and more than 5,500 deaths in northern Syria, has seen many Turks question the structural integrity of many of the 173,000 buildings that collapsed or were seriously damaged. Now, in sports news, Flying Eagles head coach Ladan Boso has praised his players for executing their plans in the win against Mozambique on Saturday night. The West Africans zoomed into the quarterfinals following a 2-0 victory against the Young Mambas at the Suez Canal Stadium in Ismailia. Now, Samson Lawal and Ibrahim Muhammad scored 2 sublime goals for Boso's side in the first half. The 7-time champions finished in second position in Group A behind the Cubes of Senegal. Now, the Flying Eagles will know their quarter-final opponent on Monday. And that's a wrap on the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.